Hello and welcome to Roleplay Rejects, where we play new and unusual tabletop role-playing games. In Side Quest, we're taking a break from our longer stories to play just a few sessions of some very unique role-playing games out there. So sit back and enjoy. Everyone just let me know I'm starting the recording.
Okay.
All right.
I'm bantering?
Yeah.
I don't know
so
what
Malik,
that was
the
supposed
cool
to
merchant dude, his name means
bird
king
sound.
in Hebrew and Arabic.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
King of the merchants.
Oh, that
He is
makes
where
so
he
much
needs
sense.
to
Yeah.
Like Malachi.
Yes.
Bro.
Yeah, there's a book in the Bible called Malachi. It means my king is his name, like translated literally.
Languages
Okay.
are so freaking cool.
Languages are really cool.
Ugh.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
they are.
Yeah.
Dude, I love all the
I feel so
Germans
dumb
have
that I
so
only
many
know
different
one.
like terms for
Yes.
certain feelings. Like, of course, my favorite Schadenfreude, joy in other people's misery.
And then there Schadenfreude is another one.
Yeah, I don't know what that one was.
Schadenfreude. Oh, which one is that?
Today's sponsor,
I
Duolingo.
thought that was
Right?
bro. If
Dude.
Duolingo wanted to sponsor us,
We'd have no choice.
I have.
Yeah.
We'll send
We
out
would
death
not
threats
have a
too.
choice.
I
Oh,
like my
please.
kneecaps.
I currently have a 516-day streak, and Joseph definitely has almost 600 days.
That's crazy.
All I'm saying is, Duo, we are committed.
Someone,
Sorry,
We
Duo.
will be your spokesperson.
Someone
I
at
gave
them
up on
on-
French.
It's not Twitter. What is it? X? Someone at them on X.
Oh my god. Fucking
Alright.
It's like when Prince was a symbol for a second.
the
like,
artist formerly known as.
yeah,
Prince?
it's just too much.
The
Okay,
artist
so there-
formerly known
Love
as
you.
the artist formerly known as Prince.
Yeah.
I just think it's
Yeah.
funny that they put the sign up on their building and then the city was like, don't do that.
They said, please take this down.
And they were like, okay.
Just a giant
Like, because they
rolling
didn't
head.
get the proper permits or something, I think.
Yeah.
was
He just
what
wants
it
to be
was.
Red X so bad, bro.
I don't understand because, like, Twitter has such, like, I don't know.
Right? It's
Why did
so
you have to
easy.
change
It's already
it?
a thing. Like, you just
Tweet.
don't have to change
It's
it.
still called
Yeah.
tweeting.
Yeah.
What are you going to call it?
Xing?
Lying?
Xing.
Lining?
Like, it's just.
They're
there's
not
product
calling it.
recognition.
They're actually officially no longer calling them retweets. They're reposts.
That's so dumb.
Wow, so
Yeah.
you're just making yourself like every other platform.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It wants to be
People
Reddit,
letting-
but it's not.
Nothing can ever take the place of Reddit. Bro.
Yeah, I
Reddit
know.
is its own both awful and beautiful.
We were talking about this
Listen.
earlier. It is the boundary where the good and bad parts of the internet
Yes.
meets.
It is the chaotic neutral portion of the internet.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
pandemonium fortress of the net.
Mhm.
Yeah, honestly.
Like you
it's-
can find such wholesome content, but
And also
the most cursed.
Yeah. But then you accidentally typed in R.I. Black rather
Instead
than
of
I bleach.
You're like, I'm
Don't
looking
make
for
that
adorable
mistake.
kittens
Oh, no.
in fields, flowers.
My
and
favorite
that's
one-
Not what you find on iBlack.
My favorite one recently has been the awful taste but great execution ones.
It's awful. No, it
They're
is
so
the worst
bad.
thing I've ever seen. So I don't do Reddit. It gives me anxiety.
But she gets to see so much from my phone.
He shows. We'll be laying in bed. Okay, we're trying to go to sleep.
She's trying to go to sleep.
Yeah. That's
you're on
that's
Reddit.
actually that's a good point. I'm trying to be a sweet little angel, going to bed
Uh-huh.
on time
With your eyes open.
with
naturally.
my no. I'm like closing my eyes, and Joseph is like, and I'm like, what are you laughing at? And so I open my eyes and I look over, and then I see the worst, most awful, most cursed image I've ever seen, and this is at least once a night,
What is it?
minimum
Yeah.
once a
Awful
night,
taste, great
usually
execution.
more.
Yeah. Awful taste,
Yeah.
great execution. So,
ATBGE.
yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
I love what could
There's
go
like
wrong.
A
That's
model
against
that's the other night there was a model that had a bunch of baby doll parts put into her mohawk. Yeah. Oh, it was terrible.
I bet.
Yeah.
Wow.
It
That
was
sounds
like
awful.
the first time you watched the first Toy Story, and
Yes.
you see all of Sid's.
Yeah.
That's
Creepy
exactly
toys.
what it was.
That's what it looked like.
But like in Barbie makeup.
It was awful. I literally like
Maybe I won't
these
follow this
things
subreddit.
haunt my dreams.
So
Haunt them.
I have a question for everyone here.
Uh-huh.
Are you looking at some of these things? Okay.
Oh no. What'd you find on Reddit?
I think I definitely have to cut this part, but it's a 9/11 themed chess set.
Oh,
I saw that
my
one.
God.
I saw
What
that one.
the fuck?
I shouldn't laugh at this.
Unrelated to this subreddit, I wish I was good at chess because I really want to buy a really nice chess set.
Dude.
Like one of the ones where you're like, oh
Let's
my
start
God,
playing
that's a really
chess.
nice chess. Let's start playing chess.
Okay.
We'll swim
You mean horse and castle?
and we'll play chess underwater.
Do you got a chess set here?
I'll buy a really nice one.
Let's go get a
And
chess
then we'll
set
have
from games
one.
and stuff right now.
Well, yeah,
We have
we're,
a chess
we're
set at
done
our
recording.
house.
Yeah.
I had
We
a
don't have one
glass
here.
crystal
Whoa.
chess set once. It was so nice.
Yeah.
I've been to so many. Literally every convention I go to, people sell chess sets.
Yep.
No one plays chess, but everyone must buy
Dude,
chess sets.
I used to play chess all the time at work.
I
Down
played
in
a
the
little bit.
basement. Like, hey, we got nothing else to do. Let's play some chess
I'm
today.
so bad at chess because I played it all of like 5 times in my life, and I've
I
probably
used
lost
to be
every
on
time.
the chess team when I was in
Listen.
elementary school.
Yeah.
But then I got really bad
Oh.
at it. Like I was like decent-ish, like definitely not good. But then I forgot everything. Like Joseph and I played once
After the
at
incident.
work.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't remember how
I
any of this
forgot
works.
everything, yeah. We can also go to today's sponsor, chess.com, and play chess online with our friends.
I don't know
Oh.
if that's a real site.
It is.
Don't look it up.
It is.
Deadass. I know I say that all the time.
It is. I have the
It
app.
is a real site.
Okay.
Well, you just play chess online.
I was
Yeah.
just scared.
I
You
was
just
more-
never
That's fair. That's fair. I say that shit all the time. I'm like, where'd you get those shoes? Shoes.com. I'm sure shoes.com is a real site. I did not
Probably.
get my shoes from shoes.com. Or
I don't
chess.com.
think I've ever learned properly how to play chess. I
The
was more of
horsey
like a
makes an L.
Mancala kid.
And the
I liked
rooks
Moncala.
Yeah.
go in a straight line.
Mainly because I
So
like
simple.
marble things.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, look, I'm putting marbles in these dents in the wood. And then
I
you're
remember
like,
playing
wow.
that. Yeah, I don't remember
I
how to
love it.
play it, but
You
I
do
remember playing
this
that.
and you put more. You put them in there. Yeah.
Kaylee and
Yeah.
I literally spent hours, like every Sunday, playing Moncala.
My sister and I would play it a lot, and I usually lost.
Oh, but freshman year,
Oh yeah.
because I went to just this fucking dumbass charter school
Mhm.
where
Nice.
the dress code was either a white, a yellow, or a purple polo
Ew,
with
yellow
like
polo?
khakis.
Yeah.
Yellow and purple.
With
Yeah, those are
khakis.
two bad
Hey,
outfits.
hey,
Yeah.
And
No.
Yellow
white.
and purple was my
Yeah.
elementary school numbers. We were the puddle jumpers.
Yeah, you
What?
were.
Anyways, I went to this really shitty charter school,
Mhm.
and
I should've
basically the
identifiable
only fucking
information.
thing that you could do during lunch, because you're a teenager and you eat lunch in like 3 seconds, and then there's still a half hour to go,
Mhm.
was go and play chess. And we did the weirdest shit with the chess boards. Like we did this one where we had 2 chess boards next to each other, and basically when you took an opponent's piece, you handed it to your partner, who would then be able to play that piece on their board.
That's
And
pretty
it
sick.
just went back and forth.
That's
like
wild.
That
That's
sounds
wild.
pretty sick.
Do you think that's why you like Pathfinder so much?
That. There's
'Cause you went to a
probably
shitty
no
charter school?
relation.
That's
at all.
100%.
There's
There
no
has,
way.
there
That's
has
exactly what
to
it
be
is.
some relation.
There's got to be some like I don't know some
I'm no scientist,
something to pull
but
out there.
probably, bro. Like,
No relation whatsoever. No, just a
Just-
obsessive
What
need
is
for
this?
complication.
the charter school you went to was actually called Finder of Paths. Coincidentally enough,
Yeah, weirdly enough, they just talked so much about what gets a base attack bonus. I don't know what that
the
was all
classes
about.
weren't like about learning; they were different fighting styles.
Dude, he would have loved. I would have never met him. He would have just been like, we have
Math
to
was
stay
all
here
just
forever.
stats.
Right. Welcome to armor class.
It's Constitution Day.
Like, look at this table. Tell us
Today
what.
we're gonna learn about Constitution. Oh, you mean the Constitution? No, Constitution.
Today we're going to test your constitution.
Here's
Okay.
3 bottles. Guess what's in them? Roll a save.
Yeah,
You guys,
like one of them's expired, but you don't know. Roll to see if you can read.
hear me out. If we ever get big enough,
We start this school.
we start the school.
Oh God.
We're the teachers.
Oh, that's
That'll
awful.
go well.
I'm so
do I
sorry
say? Wait,
to our
that
students.
could be-
I'll teach the bards.
are we doing it by class or by stat? Because aren't there like 5 stats and there's 5 of us? No, there's 6
Six
stats.
stats.
There's 6 stats. Yeah.
God damn it.
One of us is going to
Oh my
have
God,
to double
this guy
dip.
doesn't
It's
even know
okay,
how many
it's a
big
dumb
stats
stat.
there
No,
are.
Yeah,
that-
true.
that was
It doesn't count. Wait, we shouldn't be teaching people if things are done.
The students are gonna be like, "Hey, isn't there like a 6th stat called int?" Where we're like, "Nah, you know,
Not really.
I don't
for
gotta know
you
about
guys.
that, bro." When was the last time someone asked you to make an int save?
You're not in the right school. You're not.
That's
Oh,
what the AP
isn't int a stat? No, get the fuck out of here.
I'll be that guest lecturer who gets pulled in to teach it. And it's like, You guys have never been taught this? What the fuck are you doing here?
No one here's a wizard. Get out.
True. Isn't it a little fucked up that so many casters are charisma-based casters? Like a lot
little
of them
bit.
are charisma-based casters.
Uh-huh.
Like,
You could be a
Well,
dumbass.
I'm pretty sure Era.
Yep. She
Yeah,
is.
Era's charisma based.
sorcerers-
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
She should
sorcerers
be
are
wizards.
charisma-based.
Wizards and artificers.
I think she has
That's
a
it.
thing. Makes
I
it
don't
charisma.
know.
Uh-huh.
Era doesn't seem really like.
So few people use
Charismatic.
intelligence as their
She's
main
real
stat.
pretty though.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fair.
That is
Yeah.
charisma enough.
Alchemists
Yeah,
do.
she can do anything
Because alchemists are the
because
best
she's
fucking
beautiful,
Pathfinder
just like-
class in all of existence forever.
Like
Prove me
Kardashian.
wrong.
Unbiased opinion.
Oh, I was thinking like Hancock from One Piece.
Oh, yeah.
boy.
I don't know One Piece.
She's beautiful, so she can do whatever she wants.
That is a
And
thing.
get
She
away with
looks
it.
down on people so much that she looks up.
She tilts.
She, like,
It's so stupid. I love it.
It's
That is
she's-
wild.
Honestly, in my mind, I miss a lot of One Piece. She's the most ridiculous character.
She's definitely up there. Yeah.
yeah, like she comes across. She starts out. You're like, Jesus, I hate her, and you might still hate her, but it's mostly because you're just like, what's going on with you? Are you good? What's you are wild. She just doesn't make sense.
To any of us.
Speaking of characters that you hate, but then eventually you love, even though that's not what you said, but that's what made me think of.
Mhm.
How are you feeling about Ahsoka coming out?
I
I'm
have
worried.
No feelings.
I'm
Why?
hesitantly optimistic about it. I've heard
That's
a lot
how
of
I
good
am
things from
too.
reviewers.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you, Disco.
Elaborate.
I've heard the lightsaber fights are going to be baller.
They
this
better
a-
be.
Is this a new
They
show?
better be, or
Is it-
I will
It's a new
cry.
show.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, here's my perspective on it. I'm okay with Ahsoka as a character. I never really got into the Clone Wars cartoon or Rebels.
Oh,
But I-
bro.
Oh, my
kept-
boy.
I kept
Whoa.
up enough with it to know what was going on. I never I didn't binge it. I'm a Thrawn fanboy.
Okay.
Mhm.
I read the original three. I read the original Heir to the Empire books before they got handed over to Disney.
Nice.
I've read
Okay.
the new Thrawn trilogy, and I've watched all the episodes of Rebels with Thrawn in them.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
The
Mhm.
fact that they got the voice actor for Thrawn to play Thrawn in Ahsoka
Yep.
has me excited because he knows
Mhm.
the character so well. He played the character so fucking well. I'm excited for that alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So between
I
that and they're saying that they are doing as much as they can with the lightsaber fights to make them feel more like prequel lightsaber
Mm.
fights, more jumping around,
gonna cry.
more
Oh.
more flips.
I'm looking
okay?
forward
I'm
to it.
so excited. I
I'm
love Star
real
Wars so
excited.
much. You guys don't even understand.
You know
Um,
when it comes out, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to talk about it.
When is it
Freaking
coming
out.
So excited.
Tuesday.
This coming Tuesday?
Oh,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
Not
for
this.
No,
It's
it'll
already
be
been out
in
for
the
a
past
few
for our
weeks.
listeners.
Yeah, for the
Our dumb,
listeners.
stinky
Yeah.
listeners.
We're from the future.
All right.
Yeah.
If it's
No,
bad,
we're
don't
from the
blame us.
past.
Yeah.
I know one of
No,
these days I want to run a Star Wars
When this releases, we'll be from
campaign
the
in the
past.
Old Republic
Yeah.
from the Sith side.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Bunch of
That'd be
Imperial
fun.
characters.
I
That'd
know
be
who
so
Ahsoka is,
fun.
but every time someone says Ahsoka, I have this person that I used to raid with on Critical Acclaim MMORPG Final Fantasy 14, and their like Discord name, like they go by Ahsoka
Yeah.
because they love the character so much.
Yeah.
But I
think
just
of Ahsoka-Toa.
I think of them every time. What'd you say?
Ahsoka-Toa.
What's that?
Sine,
SpongeBob?
cosine, tangent.
Never mind.
Mhm.
Fun fact: the battle music for the huge fight we just had was the Ahsoka attacks from the Homeworld Deserts of Karak soundtrack.
Huh.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh,
Did they
but
sponsor
it
those
will
guys?
not be for the listeners because of
Unfortunately,
licensing and stuff.
Yo.
Oh,
Let's just get
Yeah.
everyone's permission to use all of their resources.
You're right.
All music everywhere.
How much could the
Hey, Taylor Swift. Yeah. We need
We
the
are
music.
never, ever,
now.
Disney?
ever.
Don't say anything
Is that Taylor Swift?
if we're
Getting
allowed to
back
just use
together.
all of your
Okay,
music.
cool.
Thanks, Disney.
this is already chaos.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we should
guys.
probably start.
speaking of chaos,
Top of the morning.
welcome, welcome back to Nova. All right, so last session, you guys had a big one. You traveled into the dusk, trying to track down the missing response team. Met with a Corvus merchant who offered bits of wisdom, bit of information, and some trinkets in exchange for some services done. Following onward on the trail, you came to your target, Unfortunately, they were locked in a firefight with a small group of Hellion raiders, led by their warlord. What was the name again?
Caro the Bloodied.
Caro the Bloodied, the warlord responsible for the destruction of Cecilia's hometown. Cecilia lost her shit and went charging in, while the rest of the team rushed in behind them to support and deal with the rest of the cultists and the Hellions. You guys made relatively quick work of them, showing off the full range of your Spark's powers, but unfortunately Caro and her honor guard did get away, taking the opportunity when the warden eventually went into lockdown. With the battle mopped up, you guys searched the bodies, kind of refocused yourselves, and discovered a bit of intelligence. And who would like to do a quick read
Dibs.
Okay.
Fucking nerd.
of what they found?
No.
We found a data pad that said the following. Rejoice, brothers and sisters, for the eclipse comes. You have been chosen to serve as the gentle light of the pale mother that heralds its beginning. You will serve as a beacon to the sun-spawned blasphemers, and like moths to the flame, you will draw them from their fortress of light and steel. The dusk will swallow them as surely as it will when their city crumbles from within. Know you give your lives for the cause, and in so doing, you will be welcomed unto the pale bosom of our blessed mother. Signed, Father Geo.
What do you
I'm
think
glad
happened
you
to
read
Gio
that.
to make his voice sound like that?
He's probably just old.
Oh,
Don't people just talk like that?
no. Yeah, I guess so.
And as you
He's
kind of
sick.
process that ominous message, all of your HUDs light up. General alert. City is under attack. Recall
Oh, no.
notice.
Oh no.
Fuck.
I need everyone to roll sun for me.
Oh, I hate Rolling Sun.
I love Rolling Sun.
Oh, I got a 6. I love Rolling Sun.
I got a 6.
I too got a 6. I got
Wow.
2 6s.
I got a 4.
I got a 6 and a 4, but the 6 is the only thing that matters to me.
All right. So with that, I'll say you.
Oh, I rolled a
Oof.
6 too. Sorry.
All right. With that overwhelming group check, you guys kind of come to terms with what just happened. This whole thing was a feint. You've been lured out of the city to
Damn.
leave it vulnerable. And now
Oh,
you need to get the
I
hell
didn't piece it
back.
together.
That's really smart of them.
That makes a lot of
Oh.
sense. They knew that they were going to die anyways. That's why they were
Yeah.
just
That's why
like,
they were
They were
blowing
like,
up.
Yeah,
it's
time's
suicide
up.
mission. Oh my goodness.
wow.
I have a
We've
question.
been duped.
Have we healed it all in between?
Well, I was like, hello, yoink, to any sort of
Moats?
things.
I don't know if they're called moats.
Health
but
or
that's what they
fuel.
are in my brain.
Orbs. I don't know what they are.
I will say there was enough resources from the amount of carnage you caused that you guys are back up to full.
Cool.
I was
That's
like,
sweet.
we
Awesome.
killed a lot of people.
You're a very gracious God.
You did. So, what
Thank
do you
you.
do?
I guess we'd be
well,
behind
we
it back.
gotta- yeah.
If only we had a thing to like launch us into the city. That'd be pretty sick.
So you guys turn tail and start jetting your way back the way you came. As you do, though, sure enough, as prophesized, the dusk seems to close in around you as if to try and stop you. And you hear the sound of cawing and cackling in the darkness. So this is going to be an interesting bit of combat. Running combat.
Yes.
Not really going to be an initiative per se. The assumption is you guys are moving at full pace, as fast as you can. You are free to roleplay as you go, but I will be popping in as things move along briskly.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think we're just kind of booking it. And like in James's head, he's the first person that he actually thinks about is Professor Ox. Because if he can't get these lunar shards back, then Ox can't help him track down his father.
All right.
Yeah,
Are
and
you-
I'm worried about the temple. The monks that I grew up with that are all inside that city, except for the 2 that are wandering around out here. And so That's the direction I'm going.
Okay. How about the rest of you? What's on the rest of your minds?
Are we in the city at this point?
You just left the battlefield. This is your initial oh shit
Run
moment.
back. Yeah.
You're starting the run back.
I guess I'm gonna, because we know like there were like just Hellions behind us that did get away. I guess I'm just gonna position myself towards the back of the group. So like if there is any fire from the back, I take it.
Okay.
So even the city in danger, you're still thinking of the Hellions?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of you guys, right? Like I don't want to
Yeah.
get shot from the back
Right.
and have it be one of you guys rather than me,
Yeah.
because I already failed you moments ago.
Mm.
No. I'm worried about Marissa and Greg. And also, like, I'm not sure how long it's been, but I'm just, like, worried about Uncle Ash.
Mhm.
Because he probably got called back.
I'm also really hoping that Ark is in the city and hoping that he is helping out from inside the city.
Right.
Yeah. I am trying to figure out how I'm supposed to help once we get to the city because I can't use any of my plague bombs or anything like that without affecting civilians.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
I'm trying to like calculate that.
Right. Well, as you guys are making your initial run, the darkness seems to close in around you guys. And where is it here? Sorry. My music got all scrambled.
No, good.
Today's sponsor is Spotify.
No, Wesley. Stop.
No one believes me.
I wish.
I know no one believes
If we ever do a
but,
sponsor,
like,
it has to be someone else, right? Because I feel like
Here
if
we
we ever
go.
got a sponsor and I said it,
it's
no-
going to be in the contract. They're going to be like, don't let Wesley.
yeah, like listen.
But-
And that episode, we would have to not have any fake sponsors too.
Yeah.
So it's not confusing.
So
Let's get
as
back.
you guys are running back, the shadows seem to be closing in around you. You hear cawing and cackling laughter from the edges of your vision. I'm going to say... Let's see who gets lucky one.
No, is it?
All right. Cecilia, you take 1 harm as
Okay.
something shoots out of the shadows and hits you in the shoulder. You don't see where it came from.
Maybe it's more of those Corvus things because of the cawing.
That's
and
what it
cackling.
sounds like.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, we got to just keep on booking.
have
it.
to
Yeah.
keep going, yeah.
Okay, I'm booking.
Like the
All right.
only powers that we could really do are ones that we can do on the move.
Mhm.
Can I?
I can throw bombs.
Just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
toss it behind us.
And whoever I banish to hell will be,
Well, behind.
however many seconds behind us before they pop back into existence.
But we don't see anyone yet, right?
Yep.
No.
Can I?
Looks like
I'm gonna
something
read
shot you.
I'm gonna read this power. You let me know if I can do it mobily or not,
Okay.
because it doesn't sound mobile. But if it could be mobile, that would be sick. It says it's bulwark. It says slam down an extending shield. You and all close allies reduce enemy harm by 1 until the end of the round.
Okay. So how would you apply that to the run?
I guess if I have like my wooden shield on my back, I wouldn't necessarily slam it down, obviously, but I would try to extend it so that like if the rest of the team is running in front of me, like it's more difficult to shoot past me if you're behind me, I guess.
All right. Smart reactive roll there. I would say go ahead and roll a moon for me.
Sick. I got a whole 1 die, baby. I've seen me win these. That's a 1, baby.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Okay. You pop your shield open and it slows you down a little bit because big panel metal at your back. You feel a few more shots ping off of it. Unfortunately, you don't see another of the ambushers fly down on one of your teammates. Kalina, you are going to take 3 harm
Okay.
as this figure drops down on top of you from somewhere in the air and starts clawing at your face. Any reactions from the rest of you?
On that figure, I would like to possess,
All right.
dealing 2 harm, and then giving it the command protect.
All right. You see this
referring
thing
to all of
lurch. Its weird bird-like form kind of twisting and looks towards you, and then it turns and bounds off, and you hear the sound of fighting in the darkness.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I figure that might be one of the better ones, just to turn enemies into
Mhm.
temporary allies.
Yeah.
All right. I need a shade roll from one of you.
Me.
I've seen her win these.
Ah! Fuck. No, everything is awful. 4.
4? All right. You'll take 1 harm.
Okay.
As you notice just at the last second, another of these shots ring off. You take less damage than you would have, but you do manage to, just get a grazing shot as you keep going. All right. As you guys are running, you pass the place where you saw Malek's tent, now an empty place underneath the broken skyscraper, and you hear a scrambled buzzing over your long-range comms. Hey, someone inside the city, council, and it cuts out.
Do we know where the council sits?
The council sits in a building known as the Corona, a large ring-like structure that is suspended between the 3 sun shards.
Okay, gotcha.
Cool.
On the map, it is labeled number 1.
Oh,
All right,
should have known this would be important.
guys,
Oh.
running further and faster. You make your way. You jet past the substation. You see not as many vehicles there as you were, but you're not really stopping to see what's going on. To get a closer look. I will say, give me a sun check for me.
Dibs. I got a 6.
Got a 6. All right. As you bound past, you do find the terrain has shifted, and there's a roadblock. You manage to pull your shield in front and bash through it.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
Full speed.
that's
You
really
do not
cool.
lose any speed.
Cool.
Damn.
All right. Anything anyone wants to do for the next check?
I think on the route, I would like to set up a comm link trying to reach Uncle Ash.
Okay. Are you doing this quickly, or are you trying to be careful with it as you run?
Quickly.
All right.
Yeah, I
do
think
a-
speed is...
All right, that'll be a moon check for me, please.
Oh. Okay, moon check. That's only 1 die. That's a 4.
That's a 4. All right. The connection is spotty. You kind of don't get a clean signal, but you do manage to get through to the lighthouse and the necrobiology department.
Oh no, not
Oh.
Professor Ox. Uncle
Oh.
Ash. He
Uncle
would've-
Ash. Okay. So you do manage to get in touch with them. Actually, that makes a lot more sense why the connection is spotty. You hear the sound of an engine, and you hear James. What's city's under? Respond.
Just making sure you aren't dead, old man. And then I'll hang up.
Rude.
James, what? And then you hung up.
That's toxic.
Well, I was
Alright.
worried that like running past the sun station, if he was there, he might have
Yeah.
just gotten killed again.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna say, if you guys are still going full tilt, I need another sun check from everybody. So it'll be a group check.
Right.
So you want more successes than failures.
5.
6.
I also got 6.
2. 3. Sorry,
Okay.
holding us back.
Yeah, that is more successes. So, as you keep running through, you hear the cawing and the scrambling fall off as you get into the Crimson proper. You do see one of the armored vehicles from the substation ahead of you driving back towards the city at full throttle. You pass by it actually as you go.
Nice.
That's
so
awesome.
fucking fast.
look
As
so
you
cool right now.
approaching the city wall, the gates are still shut.
Let me in.
Weird. Uh,
Are they? How can you describe these gates? Are they like gates that fall down? Or are they gates that like split in
Big
the middle?
slide open gates, about 30-40 feet tall, and each one is about 15 to 20 feet wide.
Can I try and call them and be like, "Hello, Please open the gates.
All right, roll a moon roll for me, please.
Oh,
So calm.
5.
5. All right. You cut through, and the sound of gunfire comes back on the comm link. No one answers.
Can I?
Seems like whoever's manning the gates are busy at the moment. So
I'm
how are you
gonna
getting into the city?
open a comm with Takeshi.
Mhm.
You said they slide, right? Like they open from the center and slide open.
Yep, side open.
I'm just gonna open a comm with you and say the gates, and I'm gonna get like run towards the front and try to jam my fingers in between like the two slidey doors and start trying to like just pull them open.
Okay. I'm gonna take the other side, and as I'm pulling my side, I'm going to try and melt it while I'm pulling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say sun rolls from both of you.
Okay. I got 6.
What?
Did you just roll all ones?
I rolled all
Wait,
ones.
no.
How many
Are
is
you
all?
Sure?
I rolled 3 1s.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Jeez.
Oh no!
So one-
3 of them.
A 1 and a 6.
All right, Takeshi, you
Yeah.
start pull. So you're the one who rolled the ones, right?
Yep.
Okay. So
Damn.
Cecilia, you set your spark into overdrive as the power pistons that propel you forward kind of reverse their pneumatics, and you just start pulling your side of the gate open easily.
Mm-hmm.
Takeshi, as you start pulling, the gate starts to slowly creep open, but not enough. As you try and think, oh, I'll melt the door to help out, you superheat the door, and the opening mechanism locks up.
No.
No.
And you hear the sound of an engine approaching very rapidly. You see the vehicle, the APC from the substation with Ash and the others who are responding, rushing towards you, trying to get in.
And we'd need both of them to be open.
Yep.
Okay. So hold on. Did your melting? Did it cause the gate to like
Seize
melt?
up a little bit.
You
yeah.
got like 5
sorry.
inches, and then it melted the mechanism.
Fuck.
Ah.
Is my side open?
Your side is open, yes.
But not enough for the APC
Yeah,
to
for
get
the
in.
vehicle.
So
I could probably just hit it.
Oh. Okay. All right. I think I have an idea. So we heard gunfire, right? And we know that the gate controls are very nearby, right?
at the
Whoever's
top of the
coming from.
wall, yep. There's basically a gate station up that
Yeah.
overlooks the place.
Can I feel death?
Ooh, what's your best stat?
My best stat is shade.
Roll for me, please.
You're
That's a
genius.
6.
You reach out, and it's faint, but you do feel a source of death high above.
And I just give my drone the command that I always give it, seek. And off it goes.
There's a
To
second
stab
to pause,
into-
and then you feel the response from your new puppet inside.
And I give it the one-word command that I'm known for, open.
All right, now the mechanism itself is partially melted.
When I possess, I give things one-word commands.
That's
All
true.
right,
That's
so
true.
we-
I thought you
Yeah.
were saying
Yeah.
you're known for saying the word open.
I was like,
and I was
no,
like,
never
no,
said that.
you never said that. The one that you're known
You're just
for
making
You
shit
don't
up.
you don't
definitely
know
not
me,
that one.
James. Open, no last name.
Oh,
So,
it's Rabbit.
as you give the
Not
command,
Rocket.
as you
Yes, you
give
do.
the command,
Radigan.
there's another pause, and then you hear the opening motors start to whir and strain against the melted gear system. The doors are trying to open, but the system is still partially melted in place.
Needs a little bit more help.
So let's see, that's Cecilia, Takeshi, and James.
Can I use my like pokey blood fingers to like I don't know how else to describe them.
Oh,
They're like sharp to kind of like mess with to tinker with it a little bit.
yeah, if you can do that, that'd be dope. And then I have 4 arms. I can help,
I'll be like
Oh, yeah.
wrench.
push.
Just kidding.
So I'll give you a choice. You guys can either both roll a sun roll and pick which of the 2 rolls you want to use, or one of you can give an extra die to the other.
I have 3 in sun.
I have 2 in sun,
Okay.
so it'd be the same. What?
So maybe
Let's both roll.
I think it's a little more positive if you both roll.
Yeah,
Right?
because we have 5 dice total versus 4.
Yeah.
Math.
I got a 4.
I got 5.
Sweet.
Okay, so I'm assuming it's a 5. So between the
heard
two of you, you managed to pry loose the slag, and with a jolt, the gear door slams open just as the vehicle drives right past you guys.
Yes.
It's nice of them to not slow down at all.
I like the cinematics.
They trusted you.
I'll just wave too. Hello.
You're welcome.
And as the doors fully pop open, you do hear the sound of fighting inside the city.
Mm.
And with
Yeah,
that, we are now on the map proper.
My suit's
Ooh.
got to be going fucking nuts right now. Just all the
So many people are
Yeah,
dying.
with like, once you're actually inside the wall itself, there's death everywhere. But
Is it?
if it's any consolation, James, not as much as you thought there'd be.
oh, disappointing.
Do we see
Yeah, I
our
was gonna say,
attackers? Like, are they
bittersweet.
cultists or Hellions or Corvus or all of the above?
You don't see anything yet, but you can definitely hear the sound of fighting throughout the city.
I think we
we head towards
the
that
sound of
city
chaos.
council thing.
Yeah,
Towards the council room.
Yeah.
So you guys
Is there
are
any way
so-
to close this gate behind us?
Not anymore.
Huh?
I asked if we could close the gate behind us.
The gate will need some repair before it can be used again.
Okay.
Down. Whoops.
I guess we go towards the council.
All right, you rush into the city streets. I'm assuming you're staying together. You guys are planning on splitting up and checking on anyone, or just kind of go straight for the objective?
City council. Like,
Together.
yeah.
I
think we all
would-
know that we work together pretty well.
I would like to move a little, still heading towards the council, but kind of like make a little bit of a detour closer to the tower where I know Professor Ox is.
Oh my god.
And just if I can hear any fighting there. That's where literally all of our spark suits and everything are. Like,
Yeah, you do hear heavy fighting around the lighthouse. But as you guys get into the city, your comms do clear up a bit because, you're actually inside where the thing is. You hear reports of the militia calling for, backup in certain streets. You hear response teams. You do hear Ark. Currently, he's reporting in. He's currently holding the line at the Dawn Promise Square. So it looks like they're okay for now.
Okay.
Good.
okay.
Takeshi, through the chaos, you do hear Sakashima, I think it is.
Okay, yeah.
You do hear him reporting in somewhere. He doesn't say where he is, but he is. It sounds like he's looking for survivors in one of the buildings.
Okay, and from this communication, can I tell if he's suited up or is he?
Oh, he is.
on
Yeah,
foot?
his call sign actually pops up.
Okay, cool. This is one of the guys that trained me.
Ooh.
Yeah, Sakashima. My
old
kickboxing
guy?
older brother.
Is that the guy who was in the?
Oh,
No.
Not the guy who was
old
in the first
guy.
episode.
Yep.
Yes,
Call sign
yeah,
pugilist,
okay.
actually.
Okay,
Oh,
that's cool.
okay.
that's sick. That's sick.
I just call him Pug.
Oh.
So yeah, it looks like he and a few of the other more experienced Sparks are currently busy dealing with the city itself.
Okay.
Okay, so we probably are good then to just book it straight to the council.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. I need a moon roll from everybody. I need to know who's got the lowest.
Haha.
5.
I got a 3.
I got a 6.
I got a 1.
Even though I only roll one die.
Me.
I got 5.
Okay.
Steve got me.
With that one, a lunar cult heretic leaps out of one of the alleyways and throws himself on you. It explodes. You take 3 harm.
I go supernova.
Okay. So, as you guys are running, something jumps out onto Jessie, explodes, and when the smoke clears, you just see her casket sitting there in the middle of the road. You guys wait for her, or do you keep going?
I know she resurrects by herself, but if there's no one around to give her health, how does that work? Does she just resurrect with 1?
There's no one you can see, but I would say 1 and 1 if there's no one to draw from.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is it pretty violent in this area?
Do I lose all my fuel when I go supernova?
It's violent everywhere. I'd say you retain the fuel you had when you went
Oh,
down.
okay.
So
It actually states you resurrect at the start of your next round without requiring aid from an ally. So it kind of sounds like it's the regular get up.
The
yeah.
reservoir.
So we'll go over that.
That's what I was asking earlier.
so you go
It's
to-
like, do I do the regular thing and then get health from other people?
I
Since
think
nothing
so.
specifically says you lose your fuel, I'll say you don't,
Okay.
but your health goes back up to half as normal.
Okay.
That works, yeah.
So if you're below that half threshold for fuel, you come back up to half. If you're above it, then you don't lose anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, from my position where I'm at currently, because I kind of drifted off a little bit closer to the lighthouse, knowing that that's taken care of right now, I'll kind of like veer back. So I'm not stopping for Jessie. I know that she is invulnerable.
All right, so you continue making your way towards the... What about the rest of you 3?
I think I'll pop up on the other 3's comm links, and I'll say, I'm gonna say with Jessie to make sure she doesn't stay locked down. You know where to go. We'll get there as soon as we can.
You got it, boss.
Yeah, we'll just keep sprinting.
All right.
I think I'll just stay with Jessie to make sure she gets up and can catch up. Okay.
All right. So the 2 of you come into view of Sunwell Helios
All right.
towering over the city. And you see at the gates to the Sunwell facility proper, you see there's a few militia firing upon a group of cultists that are trying to force their way in. They're holding the line for now, but you get the sense if the fight draws out for too long, they will be eventually overrun if they don't get reinforcements. So it's your call if you try and end the fight quickly at the source or stay to help.
How are you feeling about it? It's a sun shard, so
Yeah, I want to go straight in.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys rush into
Sounds
battle.
good.
Yeah.
Are they within far distance?
I would say at this point they're near.
Cool. Okay.
Yes.
We have attacks for them then.
How many are there?
A handful. Handling of a lot of this combat before we get into the meat of it.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw a fissure out ahead of us, and the brimstone pops up and deals 1 damage to one person within near, and then everyone within close of that person.
All right.
That's
You
cool.
see one of them does explode as a heretic, but the rest seem to be made of sterner stuff as they go, shit, and they turn around to try and address the new threat against them. How about you, Kalina?
Okay.
How do you enter the fray?
Well, the 3 closest ones, like the first 3 that I see, essentially, will be infected, and take 1 harm each. Let's see, and then I will use my symptomatic power.
Okay.
Which will add 1 harm to each of them. I can choose between taking away a harm, adding a harm, or making it so they can't move.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I also have a mod, but I don't think it would apply in this situation, so I'm just double checking.
What does it do?
Choose one of the symptomatic effects to permanently be in effect for all infected. This effect no longer can be chosen when using symptomatic.
Gotcha.
So I can't make them permanently take 1
I'll say
harm
for the
every time.
narrative aspect of it, it does take effect.
Okay, cool.
So narratively, as the defenders are holding off these cultists, a demon and a plague doctor come flying out of the street corner and start laying into their enemies. You hear a cheer rise up, which is a nice change of pace considering the treatment you've been getting since the induction ceremony.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
All right, so
Well,
I'll
now
say
you wanna start here.
that whole fight will take about a narrative round. Back at the Sanguine, you're waiting there for the supernova to bring her back. As you see a small pack of cultists turn the corner and take notice of you and start rushing in.
Oh, hey, perfect. Kind of.
How do you
yeah,
respond?
Did you get the mod? Where you can just show up?
Yeah, I did get them on.
I'm gonna respond with the bulwark power. It's me
Okay.
and any close allies take one less harm for this round.
All right, you bunker down and go. None shall pass. Essentially, as they throw themselves against your shield.
Okay.
Down to the south of Helios, James, you come out into the clearing between the three towering sun shards that all kind of lean in towards each other and hold the ring of the corona high above you. You don't see any of your allies yet, but you do hear further fighting to the north.
Okay. I imagine I know the approximate locations of my allies as we're going through, so I know that Crow and Imp can definitely take care of whatever is going on in that sun shard. Do I see any other activity in the other two sun shards?
Unfortunately, they're too far, and the angle you're at doesn't give you a clear view of the facilities themselves.
All right.
You can probably guess they're under siege as well, but at the moment, the only one you're really close to is both the Corona building high above and the Helios facility.
Okay. And does it look like the Corona building is under siege at
You
this
do
moment?
see flashes of gunfire from the windows.
Okay. And it's pretty high above. So how would I get up there? Okay, I have a fucked up idea. Tell me if I can or can't do this. That's fine.
Let's hear it.
I would like to release one of my drones and then have that drone stab into me and lift me up there.
Oh, I was thinking you're gonna have a couple of thralls and just have them like carry you up while they scale the wall.
I don't think
King
there's
Kong.
maybe.
Yeah,
Well, I don't think there's
My
any dead
question
bodies
to
near me.
you:
I guarantee there's dead bodies nearby.
What
And
stat, what attribute would you realistically think would apply to this?
this feels, I think honestly, sun, because it feels like a powerful kind of an effect. I don't imagine that I am doing this like really quick.
A
I
very
think I
emotional,
stop
like
and-
shit, gotta get up there.
Yep.
Hope this works. What is your stat for sun?
2.
2? Okay. Roll sun for me.
Come on. That's a 3.
And what's the other result?
A 2.
A 2 and a 3. Okay. So, you take 4 harm
Oh, I go supernova.
as you feel this cold spike drive into you from behind. And what is your supernova ability again?
Any thralls that I have would explode, dealing damage near them.
There's an explosion at the gate.
Okay.
No.
Not the homie, bro.
But
Oops.
you are lifted towards the corona.
All right, well, someone's going to have to get me when I get there, but
Round 2, the fighting at the Sun Shard starts to die down. The defenders are able to turn the tide with your help. A tall woman of vaguely Middle Eastern descent kind of steps forward and kind of gives you all a nod, gives the two of you a nod. Thank you. We can take it from here. We heard firefights up at the Corona. Get there as quick as you can. See if you can help out. You know this woman as Abigail Montress, the chief engineer of this Sunwell.
Okay. Is there a obvious way up, or do we need to scale some chains or walls or something?
There is a conveniently leaning sun shard that leads directly to it.
Perfect.
oh, okay.
Wow.
That is the way I will go.
Yeah.
All right, the two of you have you climb up to the top of the facility, jump onto the sun shard itself, and just start running your way up. Around the same time, the casket flies open, tendrils of blood lashing out past your bulwark into the cultists, draining them of their life energy and restoring Jesse's spark for 4 harm.
Yay. That's all I have.
Hmm.
Wonderful.
Jesse, as your spark comes back online, just as you do, you see your brother's spark go into lockdown.
Oof.
Oh, God. I'm probably just going to immediately start heading towards my brother. Then. If I have... Am I able to find his location? Like...
Oh yeah, you see.
I assume if I can get that information, I
You
can
see
his
he's on
location.
lockdown, but he's still moving towards the Corona building.
Yeah, I'm gonna run towards him.
And as she takes off, I'm gonna like unbunker down and start taking off right behind her.
All right. So James is the first to arrive in his own morbid way. As your drone flies over and drops you onto the one of the landing pads for a shuttlecraft that are normally used for getting around, but are currently grounded because of the attack.
Yeah.
As you are kind of lying there on lockdown, you feel a strange chill through your body. And you hear a voice, a woman's voice nearby. You know, maybe sometimes the fastest way isn't the best way.
Do I know this voice?
I think it's the first time I'm going to do this to you. Roll a single die and tell me the
Okay.
result.
A 3.
You know this voice, but you can't remember where. But you get a sense of goodness from it.
Then probably in this lockdown state. And I think too, like when it stabbed in, because I mean the suit's really powerful, it actually did like draw blood on my back.
Mm.
Oh, it went right through you.
Oh yeah, okay, it went right fucking through me. Yeah, so I think as I'm like lying there, I'll just say, "It was cool though," in a fucked up way.
You hear a small chuckle. Oh, I think it was pretty cool. Do me a favor, James. Take care of your sister for me.
Yeah.
And you don't hear her leave, but your suit starts... You feel that icy chill course into you as your suit restores you and repairs the damage done to your body. But you are still in lockdown.
Oh,
Ooh. What?
Takeshi and Kalina, you guys run up and see James's spark lying face down on the landing pad.
All right, I'd like to go and revive him.
All right. You are back up. As you look around, you see no sign of anyone else being there, James.
I'll log that thought and that whole interaction away for later, kind of bury it deep down. And then I'll just kind of like looking around, kind of in a little bit of a panic, and then look at you two and just say, "Oh, it's about time you got here."
Oh my god. You're such an edgelord. You're lucky I'm not there.
On cue, the last of your team arrives in place.
Just a couple of seconds behind you.
Yeah. Jesse, you see Takeshi pulling James back to his feet and getting his suit patched up.
Oof.
Then I think I'm gonna look over at Jesse and just say, "I'm behind you," and I'll kind of like actually stand like behind her, crouched and ready to go.
All right.
And as you guys proceed into the facility, you pass a few hallways where the council guard are fighting off cultists. You see if one or two of the cultists actually have guard uniforms on that have been painted over with the lunar iconography.
When did we have
If you
time
try
to
and
do
stop the security teams, just kind of wave out like, go, get to the council chambers. We heard fighting in there.
that? On we go, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And as you get into the council chamber itself, as you draw close, James, you feel death inside that chamber.
Okay. Is there already any openings? Can I send my drones out ahead?
There's an
Oh my
there's an
God.
automatic door ahead of you that you're approaching quickly.
Okay. I would like to try and get up to it and get my drones out there as soon as possible.
All right, you get your drones ready. Takeshi, as you draw close, you hear a growling in the back of your mind. Oh, this will be fun, my friend. And as the doors slide open and you rush inside, you see several of the council dead. But one of the counselors is standing over what looks like a spark suit, as they're fitting what looks to be a large lunar shard into the chest panel of it.
No.
The
Oh,
door
no.
turns and
No,
looks
no,
at
no.
you, and there's also a large holographic figure standing in the middle of the table. And as the counselor turns, so does this figure. And you see a tall man wearing very nice, clean robes and a angular-looking mask. Well, well. I was wondering if the prodigal children would return to us. Just in time to see the start of a new age. The beginning of our dear mother's resurrection and the end of that damned light that took so much from us. Any response?
Just shock, I think.
It's a holographic thing
Mhm.
saying all this.
Uh,
Do we recognize?
Yeah. Do any of us
Jesse,
recognize?
Are you the older of the two of you? Are you twins?
yes.
Okay.
I'm the
Jesse,
older.
you know that voice very well. That's your father.
Hmm.
Uh,
Bum, bum, bum.
The father is the person in the hologram.
Yes.
But he's not here in person.
No.
A coward, just as you always have been, I see. Can't even face us in person.
Coward? Well, I should be proud that you recognize me, my dear daughter, after all these years. And he takes his mask off, and you see a grizzled face, large claw scars across his face, probably from his time in the dusk. But I am no coward. I am the only one who chose to do something about all this. The sun is no savior. All it has done is take from us. Even its wretched corpse in its death throes destroyed our home, laid waste to our civilization, and now our people worship it? It took my wife, your mother, my sister. And at that, he actually points to Kalina Knox. All it does is take from us. I am bringing her back, and when she returns, we will wipe out any trace of that deceiver from this world, and we can be a family again at long last. If you do the right thing and stand down.
I will not have you disparage my mother's memory. You are just a hollow shell of what you used to be, of what I had always thought you might have been. I thought that there would have been a reason, some kind of logic that we did not see, but this wanton destruction, this wanton death, it's pathetic. Death is my thing anyways, and I would like to punch this holographic projector.
All right. It is in the middle of a very large table, so you're going to have to jump over to get to it.
Done.
All right.
Can I,
Go ahead.
when he's doing that, I'd like to, if I can, use my cauldron power to bring myself, as a swarm of bats, to the other side of the table.
Okay,
Where
I will
everyone
say
is.
you're able to get here.
Okay.
You mentioned a lunar shard being shoved into a spark.
In the middle of this gathering, yes.
Okay. I want to also start making my way over there as quickly as I can.
Okay. Are you going over the table or around it?
I guess the quickest way would be over it.
And plus, you'd look sick as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
jumping
look sick
up
as
with, like,
hell.
your big-ass
Yeah, I
suit.
guess over it.
All right. James, as you punch down into the projector, as it distorts and starts to flicker, you hear your father. That's my boy. So be it. And the communication dies.
Good.
Before we dive into the combat proper, what is the Infernal and the Pox doing?
I am going to start running around the table to the right.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think I'll take point and go the other side just to make sure we've got as many bases
Okay.
covered as possible.
And with that, the counselor turns, throws himself back into the open spark suit, and closes it onto himself. You hear the sound of piercing as that lunar shard drives through him, and the suit powers up with an odd pale light. All right, we are in combat
Ow.
proper. Pilots,
Here
you're up.
we go.
Okay.
Is
These three are infected.
Was it?
those 3 are infected? Cool.
Yeah.
Are they within far range?
Uh,
Is the mech suit within far?
The suit itself is in far, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to aim my fissure.
Actually, I'll say that's in near range at this point.
Okay, yeah, even better. So I'm going to aim my fissure on the mech suit,
Mm-hmm.
and it will hit everyone. It will hit the mech suit and everyone within close range of the suit. They all take 1 damage and are damned.
Okay.
Jesus.
The
For
two
lack of a better
heretics
term.
explode.
Where are they?
Okay.
Oh, those 2 little tiny triangles?
Mhm.
Okay.
Is there any semblance of a body left that I can make my thrall?
Yes, there's enough left to.
Oh,
Okay.
that's awful.
Then I would like them to.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, did I do any? Was I able to do damage to anyone with the cauldron?
It was
It's a
one.
clo-
It was 1 damage, right?
Yeah, to
Okay.
close enemies.
See, I'll say those 2 up front you were able to peg with the cauldron.
Okay.
Can I move up around where Jesse is?
Quick sec. Takeshi, did you want to move as well?
Yes, yeah, I'm going to run towards the sound of chaos.
All right. So that's your turn.
Like, can I crush and throw the one nearest to me?
I love that so much.
It's such a
It's
normal
just-
sounding power, but it's such a cool power, right?
It
it's
is.
such a cool visual. You're
Yeah.
just like, oh,
All right, you rush
So I
in.
wanna-
You grab him. Where do you throw him?
I want to throw him at the spark.
What is the
If
range
that's
on that
open.
power?
It's up to near, I think, but I'll double check.
Just double check.
Any throw him to any near location.
All right. And it's how much harm?
It's 2 for the guy that gets grabbed, and then 1 for anyone I throw him into.
You throw the paladin's lifeless corpse at the corrupted spark.
oh man.
And I have another buddy.
I have a
Oh,
mod
no.
that I just got called Pull Pin, and it is enemies killed by crush and throw explode upon impact.
Never mind.
Dealing a total of 3 harm to enemies there.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So it
Sorry,
explodes, and the corrupted spark is looking surprisingly hale and hearty, actually.
Oof.
Bro, this guy put so much in health. Just kidding. I don't-
I would like to move closer to all these thingies. And I'm gonna have spread take effect. using, I think, that one right there.
Okay. So the effects are going to spread to these two next.
Okay. What guys do we have left right now, anyways? Is it 5 of these lunar
So
paladins?
the 3 that are dead are all your thralls.
Yep.
You see 5 paladins and 2 prophets.
Prophets. Okay.
Okay.
And then, of course, the corrupted sparks.
Yes.
All right. Is that everybody?
No, I still have to go.
Was my cauldron, was that part of this combat, or was that like a...
It was pre-combat.
Okay. Oh, sick. So yes.
You
Sorry.
want to go next?
I consider
Yeah,
this a surprise
right.
round, essentially.
Mhm.
Okay. So then I'm going to move forward, like kind of just get like right there.
Just to the side of the corrupted spark suit?
Yes. Right next to them. And then I'm going to do my blood blade. And it's prepped, so it doesn't cost an action.
Okay.
And I'm gonna lose 1 health, deal 1 harm to every enemy within close range, but I'm using the blood effect to deal 4 damage, which is equal to my shade instead.
Okay.
Mm.
One of the prophets dies.
And he is now a thrall.
As you slash your claws against the corrupted spark, you see a strange pale light deflecting most of the damage.
Oof. Okay.
And then I am going to do Siphon with the blood effect, but I have blood soaked, which means I don't have to pay the blood like the health
Mhm.
to do the blood effect, which is it affects all close enemies, so I deal 1 harm to all close enemies, and I gain 1 health
Okay.
for each one, I think.
It's fuel, nothing, and fuel. Okay, so sorry. How much damage is that again?
1 to each enemy
Okay,
within close.
close. All right, that would be the corrupted spark. Your siphon lashes around it, but nothing seems to happen.
No, rude. Okay.
And
That's my
James, you're
turn.
up.
So I'm going to kind of move to the other end of this large circular table, and I am then going to use my ability called Pull Strings. So all 4 of my thralls that are directly next to this corrupted spark are all going to lash out at it because I just picked up the mod Weaver. So when I do Pull Strings, it's not 1 thrall that acts, it's all of them. They all do their harm to this corrupted spark.
And their harm would be?
That is a question for you, I think, because all that I have is that they come back with an amount of health.
Okay. So let's see, that'd be 1, 1, 1. And the prophet doesn't do any damage. Alright, so 3 harm. Again, they start raking across this, but the corrupted spark seems to be taking less damage than it should be.
Weird. Okay.
Is that your turn?
And that is my turn. Yes.
Okay. The prophet is going to back away to get some distance, hold out his hands, and call out a prayer to the Pale Mother as you see the damage start to repair on the corrupted spark.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Okay.
This paladin is going to go for Kalina and deal 1 damage.
Ooh.
Is that one of the ones that's damned?
Which ones were damned? Sorry, I think I missed that
believe
part.
that- Yeah. All the ones that were hit with my opening fissure attack.
No, I think the only one that would be damned right now is the corrupted spark.
No, 'cause anyone that
and
was-
this prophet.
Yeah.
And that profit.
Okay.
Okay.
So
okay.
let me mo-
Yeah,
Because
all
the
the
rest
other
of them
ones are
are
dead.
thralls.
I forgot to
That
mark
would have been
those. Sorry.
sick, though.
Okay.
No worries.
No worries.
Oh no, wish it was the dam.
So, 1 harm from the 1 paladin.
Okay.
This one is going to go into the defense of his master. 1 harm against Jesse.
Okay.
This one is going to go onto the table because you interrupted their little speech of their leader. So 1 harm to James.
Okay. Understandable.
1 harm to Takeshi.
All right.
The corrupted spark is going to fly into the air and float over you guys to here. Wave its hand, and one of the fuel drops explodes.
Ooh.
Oh.
So this fuel drop is gone. And Jesse, you take 2 harm.
I go supernova.
Alright, you are now on lockdown.
Do my thralls take damage too?
They do. They're considered enemies.
Okay. 2 damage to them as well?
Yep.
Okay. Then all of the thralls within range crumble and
So
die.
that one is down. And this one is down. Should that be... Yeah, that'd be... Just those 2 then, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And that's the enemy's turn. Players, you're up.
Where's the person who was doing the praying and
He's
whatever?
right
Just to
here.
the
Prophet at the
Yeah.
Is
back.
he within near of me?
He would be in near, yes.
Before you do anything, the 3 that are already, or sorry, 4 that are infected right now, take 1 harm.
Okay.
Sorry. Now you go.
I am going to resurrect right next to him.
It's so scary.
It's fucking
Right.
terrifying.
I like to think that it's
like,
just
poof.
kind of like it's something similar to like the bats, like the coffin just turns to a swarm of bats,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and then it's just like hello, and it explodes.
Yeah.
Little siphon things.
I
coming
kind of
out.
imagine from the old Castlevania games, like it sinks to the ground and reappears and flies open.
Yes,
That's what I thought.
that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
too. Yes.
Yes, I do that, and then I do siphon. So I deal 1 harm, and then gain 1 health.
All right, you gain 1 health back.
Yay!
And just to verify, damned targets deal 1 extra to harm, right?
They do. They deal 1 extra to the spark, and then they deal 2 damage to themselves. And then they are
Gotcha.
no longer damned.
Sounds good. Okay, good to know.
Mhm.
All right, so that is Jesse.
I would like to. The paladin right next to me that just hit James. I would like to crush and throw him at the evil spark of doom. And then I too would like to move up to the evil spark of doom.
Okay, that's 2 damage to your crush victim and 1 to your target, right?
Correct.
All right, you throw another paladin corpse at the paladin.
If
the-
he does die, it does blow up again on contact, dealing 3 damage instead of 1.
Okay. You see the spark kind of backhand the corpse away, but the blast does hit it.
Okay.
Uh,
And then
I will also take that corpse, whatever's left of its mangled mess.
unstoppable would
It's all
trigger on my
pretty much in its
movement.
armor.
So in an attempt to stun the lunar spark.
Okay. Do-do-do-do. Let me check something real quick here. Interesting. Okay. All right. Who's next?
I am going to banish the one in front of me. He falls into the shadow realm.
To hell with him.
Scary.
That's so terrifying. I
Yep.
hate that. You can-
That's so awful.
He also took damage. He's has been affected by me, so he is also damned.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use symptomatic again, and it'll just be +1 harm to each of those that are affected that are still alive.
Gotcha. Good to know. Okay.
I am going to kind of move up to maybe the center of the table, and I'm going to drag one of my thralls kind of closer to the actually, I think the best option for me is I'm going to move that thrall. Instead of coming onto the table towards me, I'm going to move it towards these two other lunar cultists that aren't being affected
Mhm.
or like engaged right now. And then I am going to do the haunt. So all of my thralls will just start shrieking in agony, and all enemies within close range of them cannot act.
Okay, they are haunted.
Me and my homies love shrieking in agony.
All right.
Yeah.
No, we do not.
And I think that's everybody.
That's kind of our lives, though. We're just like,
yes.
All right, so start of the enemy's turn. Do a quick update there. All right, the corrupted spark drifts out of melee range again because of his
Even though he's
fly
stunned?
because of his fly ability. He's unaffected by close range effects.
whoa.
He has
Oh,
flight.
That's a really cool ability. Not gonna lie.
I hate it,
and
but
he
I
is
love
going
it
to
for
regenerate
him.
another 2 harm because of the prophet.
Yeah, we need to kill that prophet.
Before
trying.
while he's moving, is there any way, like, would I recognize what kind of spark it is?
It is a scorch.
Classic.
Not to be confused with.
And as he does, he makes another gesture as blue pale fire lashes out. Miss Kalina, you're going to take 2 harm as you are lashed by lunar fire.
I go supernova.
All right, and what does that do to
Okay.
your infected?
That
They all die.
deals.
Mhm.
Da,
That was
da,
one of us, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
all infected enemies take harm equal to the number of infected
So,
enemies.
3.
So each of them takes 3 damage, and then all of them have their infection removed.
All right. The prophet withers and dies.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
I guess I shouldn't share about that. No, I should.
I think in this case it's justified.
Yeah.
And I will take that prophet as my minion.
Okay.
I'll take that. Thank you.
And this is mine, and this is mine.
And I'll take that.
At
dead
the
body.
end of the this heretic can't move. That one's dead. At the end of the enemy's turn, this one returns damned from the plane beyond.
Yes.
Players, you're up.
I'm gonna punch this guy in front of me, dealing 3 hellfire damage with my flaming fists. And that'll be it.
Did you want to move anywhere?
No, I'm focusing on this guy.
So
Okay.
3.
Yep.
You drive your demonic talon hand through his face. And he goes
Oh.
limp
Wow.
on your arm before you rent it free.
Well, in that case, I am going to move towards the lunar spark once I'm done there.
Okay. As you start to move, you see the familiar energy of a drop forming, but then it immediately gets sucked into your arm. It wasn't a health or a fuel, so you're not sure what happened to that energy, but you feel a shiver in the back of your mind.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh.
I have a question.
Mhm.
So, if I'm not mistaken, the only one left is the corrupted spark, right?
And there's a
and
paladin
one guy
there.
at the top.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So my question then is, because sparks were redesigned after the Pox incident,
The incident.
I would not be effective with the corrupted spark, correct?
There is a very large glowing crystal piercing through its front and back plate, fairly well
Okay.
compromising its structural integrity. So
Yeah. I was
Okay.
just gonna go up and try and rip it apart a little.
I was
Yeah, I
just gonna
mean,
punch
you do
it.
you, boo.
So,
But
yeah.
since I have gases,
any
that,
safety features
like,
it may have had have been thoroughly
strategically
ruined by that
designed.
big piece of crystal.
Beautiful, cool.
Trade it
I
when
just
you get
wanted
a
to make
giant
sure that I
shark.
wasn't throwing bombs or anything like that that just weren't going to do anything. So,
Although I appreciate. I don't know if it was planned like that, but I appreciate that worked, but still made sense story wise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't just a plot hole. That's sick. You're sick.
Cool.
I think I'm. What is going to be best?
Remember, if you don't have any powers you think you can use, you can also just throw something at it or try and punch it.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. I'll throw my little bomb at him. Oh wait, actually, I just upgraded this. Haha. So, I can now infect 2 enemies with bombs. So it says within near range. Do you think I can get both of them? Or is it too spread?
One is here and one is back here, so you have to pick which
Mhm.
target you wanted to go for.
Okay. We'll go for the spark.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are now infected.
Because it says I can do 2 enemies now, but then I
Oh, 2
realized
enemies in
that, like,
your
I would
range
need-
is what it says?
yes.
Oh, then yeah, you
Yes,
can hit both of
but-
them.
I think I'm just gonna have it hit the spark though,
Okay.
because in my brain it would make sense that like 2 enemies near each other within near range, but like 2 enemies split like that. It's like bowling,
You're
you know,
thinking,
like
you're
you
not
can't.
throwing
I mean,
two
to be
bombs.
fair,
You're
you also
Exactly,
have
it's
2
big
extra
one
arms.
bomb.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
could hit them both if you
yeah.
wanted to.
You could
I'm not going to
fuck
say
it, throw
no.
4 bombs.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do 2.
All right.
So both of them.
You get a plague. You get a plague. Everyone gets a plague.
Look under your chairs. Plague.
It's the plague.
All right, that's yours. Anyone left?
If I move up to the lunar spark of Cursed Moon,
Keep in mind
Um,
that they are still flying, so any close abilities.
yeah. I guess can I where could I move that I could be within close range of the most allies? I guess is a better question.
Probably around here-ish. Somewhere between around those 2.
Okay. Damn. There's no moats, right? No fuel or health moats left.
Oh, yeah, there are a few. All these
Would
green
you like
ones
some?
around.
All the
Other-
green diamonds,
Yep.
Wesley.
Are those all fuel or all?
All
health?
fuel, but
They're all
there's
fuel.
1 health up by by Jesse.
Okay, I'll grab one of the fuel ones.
Well, if you want health, let me know, because
want-
I can turn my thralls into health or fuel.
That's terrifying. I do want fuel though, so I'll just grab one of the fuels, I think.
All right, you drop one of the fuels and you see your suit re-energize a bit.
That's just +1, right?
Yep.
Okay. It's my turn. T.
All right, I'll go ahead and go.
Okay.
I think I'm going to move over here. And I don't imagine it's going to be as effective as I would want it to be. So I'm going to try to possess this guy, causing 2 harm, and I'm going to give him because he's floating in the air right now,
Mhm.
right? I'm going to give him the command descend.
Okay. I'm going to say that'll be a sun roll versus their moon roll for thematic awesomeness.
Bro,
All
their
right.
moon roll must be like wild.
Fuck,
They are the moon.
I got a 3.
Oh my.
Okay, that's okay because they only got a 2.
Yeah.
Let 'em know,
for
Disco.
sure.
You say that? They rolled a 2.
Oh yeah, there we go.
You beat them. There's a struggle as you're fighting against the will of this corrupted entity. You can feel the half-alive counselor inside. It's weird. Like your suit senses death, but it's not death. But there's not really alive either. But
It's in like that gray area.
yeah, like as you touch the will of this thing, this perversion. I want to read something. I've prepared something for this kind of scenario for you, actually. I'm very proud of this.
Ooh.
But I lost my notes. Your mind is filled with a geometric scream that rakes at your very bones, howling tesseract echoes of a star's violent death crawling across the recesses of your mind. The fractal resonance of a genetic memory of apocalypse, dragged kicking and screaming into reality as cosmic impossibility meets theoretical certainty. Roiling causality shackled with threadbare intent to form to a form of matter and memory, as this thing drops to its knees.
I think after, because I imagine that's like the feedback that I'm getting.
Pretty much.
So I do the possess thing, and as I drop him to the ground, I fall to my knee, hand to my helmet.
You are hearing the death cries of the fucking sun.
Ooh, god damn. That's fucking metal.
All right, anyone else? I believe
It's
Jesse's still
solar.
up.
It's actually mostly made up of gas.
Actually, I will say,
All right.
Takeshi, as a side effect, you hear a sudden laughter from that thing in your head. You don't know why.
Not nice.
Jesse, you're up.
Okay,
No.
here we go.
Yeah, Jesse, what do you want to do?
So is anyone sorry, I was dealing with stuff with our trying to ask our babysitter to stay 10 minutes later.
Sorry.
Is anyone alive? Oh, it's not you, it's for sure us. Is anyone alive?
There is
I'm
a
alive.
paladin up here who's looking pretty sick.
Like cool or
Okay.
like hurt?
Like he's pale, he's coughing up blood.
Okay. I'm sure he
Oh.
still looks cool.
Probably go over to him and just I'll do my blood blade and do 4 damage.
All right, you kill him. You put him out of his misery.
Yeah, that's kind of what's
All right. It is now the Spark's turn, being the only one left. It lumbers back up and lurches itself forward towards you and explodes in a rolling blast of flame. Everyone near it takes 3 harm.
Ugh.
Oh.
In near range?
Oof.
Am I near?
So the 4 of you take 3. Jesse, you're far enough away.
Ah, sick.
And at that moment, all of my thralls just start to have all of the glowing parts of their body glow even brighter and brighter and brighter as they all also just explode.
That's super sick. Also,
Supernova.
All right.
I just realized that
Sorry.
I went supernova.
Oh.
And nobody
Oh,
recharged me. So when I gave diseases to those 2, it didn't actually count.
Oh, I was nearby you. We
You-
can hand wave it.
Okay.
don't worry
cool.
about it. Don't worry about it.
I went to mark the health down, and I
And
was
you
like,
saw it was
oh wait,
already
there's already 0.
There is no help.
It was still fucking awesome.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. It was awesome. Okay.
Cool, love, cool.
Start of player's turn. The infected takes the damage, correct?
And I,
You see
Yes,
green.
right.
You see a dark kind of
Yes.
greenish gray ichor starting to leak around the lunar shard impaled in this thing.
Ew.
Also, that made me go supernova again. The
Oh.
Okay.
last damage that I just took. So,
and I
that would give him 1 damage.
So another
guess
harm.
he's the only,
Because he's the only infected.
Okay.
and I heal 1 because I'm defiant.
And the infection clears, I
Oh.
assume?
Yeah,
Yes.
it does. Sorry, I forgot about that part.
No worries.
So the only ones up right now would be Batgirl, Imp, and Ansel.
Yes.
Yes. Is it?
It is
It-
looking rough. It is shaking. It is not
Can
back
I-
in the air.
Can I make it with regular movement over to it?
Yep.
Can I try and rip the shard out? Pull it out?
Roll a sun for me.
Can I help? Because I was thinking the same thing. I wanted to crush and throw.
So since there's
If
no
shard as a handle?
since there's no exact help action to take, I'll run it like I did last time, where since you are helping each other, you can either both roll the stat and take whichever one you choose, or one of you can give an extra die to the other.
We're gonna both roll.
Okay. Then this is Sun, right?
Yep.
I got 6.
Yeah, I got 1 and 2. So he got 6. We got 6.
All right, so
Oh no.
narratively, how I'm gonna play this out. Jesse, you run up to this thing, grab the sun shard, and start pulling, but it is stuck fast, and you're just twisting and wrenching trying to get it out. As you do, and Seal comes around to it, grabs onto the spark, and just rips it back off the shard and throws it across the room as its broken form slides and comes to a stop.
That's so fucking cool.
That's sick. That's so much cooler than I could have even begun to do that.
I was like gonna say like I used to put my feet up to like brace myself, but my feet are spikes, so I just can't really get that push that I wanted.
And
I love the idea of coming up and being like, I got you, and just ripping the suit off.
And with that, combat comes to an end. You have successfully ended the threat against the city as the corrupted spark falls dead. You hear the sound of fighting through the city start to die down as well. Security eventually bursts in to help, but finds the battle already over. You've protected the city, the Tri-Spire city, from this incursion that had come from within, but perhaps with more questions than answers. You have finished your third mission. Technically speaking, you get another mod to add to your sparks. And that is where we will end our campaign for today.
God damn, this was so
I'm so
good.
sad.
I wanted to beat up my dad so bad, but he was just a hologram.
Oh, this was so fun.
It was
I'm
super, super
Are
fun.
we
genuinely
cousins?
upset.
Yeah.
I
What the
guess.
fuck?
I
That's
guess.
crazy.
Bro, I have so many questions, not enough answers.
Just like Merkel said.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
Who?
The merchant.
Malik.
Malik, thank you.
I was.
He said, you'll find what you're looking for, but perhaps... No, he said 2 things. He said, we'll find what we're looking for, but perhaps well, she didn't. And he said, we'll do something, but perhaps with more questions than answers.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Man, he really knows everything.
You really do, man.
Malik
damn.
has
But he can't play chess.
Part
That's
it,
what
too.
yeah, I guess he does.
Fucking A.
That was crazy. That was so cool. I think you did a really good job of... I feel like with games like this, it's hard. But you did a really good job of making us feel cool as Sparks, as pilots, as players,
Yeah.
while still putting us in a state of peril, right? Like the city was in danger. Even though we're super cool, super badass, we can only do so much at once.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're still
Yeah.
one. Like
Can't
each of
save
us,
everyone.
yeah, exactly,
Exactly.
right. So it's like, and we still got duped, right? Like we were outside the city. Like that's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yep.
And like
Um,
even in this final fight, like going against the corrupted spark, being immune to stun was huge.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm so stressed.
Mhm.
I just want to beat up my
Yeah.
dad.
I also liked how the cultists had like they were ready for Sparks to show up
Mhm.
relatively, right? Like they still got folded. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but like they had like the
They knew they were going to die,
Frozen
but they
heart.
were ready. They're waiting for you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and having stuff to mess with like our power mods or our sun score was really cool and really flavorful, right? Like it made sense that it would mess with our sun score specifically.
Mhm.
It was really cool.
Yeah, everything about this game is fucking incredible.
It's so
And I
fast
think-
paced too.
I think this is going to be the first time that I'm saying this, but I think that this game works well in one-shot form, long campaign form, in drop-in, drop-out
Dude.
players form.
Yeah,
Think
I
of
agree.
how sick you would be in a campaign.
I think
How cool you would be.
I think I do want to give credence to that. I think it works really well for players dropping in and out
Yes.
because I feel like it's so easy to have a reason why a pilot might not be there
Yeah.
Because
on any given
technically
day.
Not a good
speaking,
fit for
pilots
this
work
mission.
individually
Mhm.
and they choose to work together in
Mhm.
teams when they feel they need to. So it makes a lot of sense that if a pilot had, like, oh, I have a job this place, you guys have fun,
Mhm.
then the rest of the team can explain that's why he left. He went on a mission out into the dusk by himself because that was his
Mhm.
job.
It's
Yeah.
normal.
That's interesting then, because this game not thinking about it, this game might actually work pretty well in a duet kind of form.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally good.
Like
Yeah.
you could actually, and they say like if one person's away from the table, you could run like a quick 1 hour session with just them to say, okay, here's what happened to you while you were out on your mission, and then when you get back next week, we can you can shoot the shit and sit at the tavern and talk about it.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the enemies are really weird and interesting, and there's a fucking alien invasion that apparently
Yep,
happened.
and now
there's-
And now they're stuck on Earth just like the rest of you.
yeah,
It's
it's
wild.
awesome.
Like some of these
I like
monster fixes are
to-
really cool. Like there's one immune where they have a special condition where until that condition is met, they take no damage.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Dang.
Oh.
Weaken, which reduces an attribute to a minimum of 1, which is what the paladins have.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was rough.
Lock,
Yeah.
Spark cannot move on their next turn. Drain.
Oh, so you can stun us.
Yep,
now.
drain. Spark loses X amount of fuel.
Oof.
Dang.
And my favorite,
Yeah,
the
and-
Berserk. Deal additional harm equal to X on their next action. This effect can stack.
Oh,
Most dangerous
shit.
words in any CTRPG.
So
Yeah, that it because it's rules light because they just deal a fixed amount of damage for their actions,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
it's these random modifier things. It's actually leading me to believe. I remember you mentioned that there was a second edition that doesn't involve any rolling,
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
and I think after playing this once, I think it might actually work. Not saying that I prefer rolling dice
Yeah.
because
I
you know,
love
it's
rolling
dice.
dice. What's the point?
But
of
I can
spending
see
all
it
this
working
time
with this
making
system the way
rolling?
it's set up.
Yeah,
Same. I think the system.
Mhm.
If I could see it working with the system, it would be this one, right?
I do like
Yeah.
having the ability to use your attributes for non-combat items and for like
Mhm.
doing cool stuff in combat, like ripping the spark off the lunar shard. That was so fucking cool.
That's so. I'm so glad you did that. That was so sick. I could see it in my brain. As you
Yeah,
described
right.
It.
I
It
was like, we're
so
making this
cool.
whole ass action movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
in
It
our
was so sick.
heads.
It's so sick.
And another thing I just want to bring
It
up about
covers a
the
lot with
enemies
this
too is they actually have what they're called moves on their stat blocks where they suggest what kind of behaviors they would do. So the Hellion firebugs, for example, their moves are burn to ash, create a wall of fire, and walk through the flames. You guys kept them
Oh,
locked
that's
down
cool.
so much they couldn't do that thing, but if they had freedom, you would have them like, stepping through fire as they're spewing flame in front of them kind of thing. There's all sorts of
I
cool
mean, thank
stuff.
heavens that we didn't get to,
Yeah,
Right?
get to
Yeah.
see
That's
that.
another thing
would've
too. I
sucked.
love. When I picked the warden, I picked it because I was just like I love being like relatively supportive, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad it was like it was like refreshing because it was a very offensive support, right? It was like help my teammates in locking down the enemies to a way that I felt like a big deal. Like I felt really oppressive, like a bully, right? Like the game describes a warden.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that was really cool because otherwise, like you're like a paladin where you really only lock it in one opponent at a time, or you're like a cleric where you're healing your allies and that's how you support them. But it was really nice to support by like making sure that either enemies only targeted me or that enemies just couldn't act, and that was really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I do like how this game leans into allowing you to stun.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because I feel like the D&D Pathfinder, any of those kinds of games, if you end up stun locking an enemy, well, that's it. You just won the combat.
Yeah.
There's no combat anymore. You just kind of win.
Yeah.
And this one, it still felt like a struggle, even though we were stun locking so many people.
Mhm.
And I think so. My steal from this game, what you should steal, is either the supernova type effects, because I think going down and having something cool still happen is fucking awesome.
Mhm.
I agree.
Or the allowing stun lock. Just lean into the stun lock and work your way around it through multiple enemies.
Yeah.
Make it so that then your big bad is immune to stun lock, as we just saw in
Mhm.
here.
Yep.
Like do something
Then that
to
does enough to throw the party for a loop if they're so used to like, oh, I can just stun lock this guy. Like, nope. Shit, what do we do now?
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really like this game.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of games that make me feel like I'm just always kicking ass.
That's
But
Yeah.
this does make it feel like there's still like,
Peril.
yeah,
Yeah.
like Wesley was talking about. Like I still got super stressed in some
Mhm.
parts, even though I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do?
It's nice too because as badass as we are, like normal people aren't, right? So giving us the mission of protecting the city really puts that like that mood of like, oh shit, like I need to do as much as I can as quickly as possible to minimize casualties,
Right.
right? Because I know I'll probably be fine, but I need to save as many people as I can.
Mhm.
Yeah, and honestly, like when we first started talking about playing this game, I was like, because it's like
Sometimes there's
it's
just games you're
listed
not-
as combat heavy, right? And I was like, "Ugh, no, I hate it." But it was really fun because of how quick the combat went, and because it wasn't like most of the time it wasn't can I do this if the dice let me. It was like you're gonna get to do it because that's how the game is set up, you know, and like that's really nice. And so then it made combat fun, which is something that I genuinely do not enjoy most of the time when playing TTRPGs.
I agree.
So
I think
I was
very
super
easy
happy
for combats to drag, because usually it's like, what did you roll? What's his AC? What modifiers do you have? You do
or
one damage.
now you have to roll a saving throw on top of that, and what's the bonuses of that? And it's like,
yeah, and even like with this, where it was like kind of learning how to use a pox, where things are a little bit slower than some of the other mechs, and like, oh man, you guys killed my guys, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't as frustrating as sometimes it can be in other games where you're like, wow, I've rolled crappy every single time. I don't know how I can possibly be a level 8 rogue and not get a good sneak attack in for some crazy reason,
so
right?
People. Why can't I stab this guy?
He literally has no idea where I am. How'd I miss?
Yeah, and it didn't feel that way at all with the pox. It was like, oh, dang it. Okay, so now I've got to just be better at strategizing, slower movement and getting in there and things like that. It was just, I've genuinely never enjoyed combat like I did with this game. There have been times where certain combat in certain games, like that one instance was fun,
others,
but like I've never been like, wow, I really liked that. This game makes me want to do more combat, which is wild.
And I think the reason behind that is, think back in this final fight, how many times did we roll the die?
I didn't.
Well,
I don't think
we
I did.
rolled to do the cool.
At the very
thing.
end, but like,
and I rolled a sun versus moon to try and get him to follow my command. And that was it.
That's why it went so fast.
That's also why it went so fast.
Because you hit.
That's why it feels like you're always doing something.
Which if you're
you always
in
hit and you're always in danger of being hit. It just feels like a fight, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't feel like your level 9 barbarian is gonna miss a punch for no reason.
Right. The rulebook really does enforce that, of the idea of like you can use. If it says encourage your players to use their abilities and their attributes in battle, but don't ask for a roll unless it is a pivotal moment that would have a huge effect. Again, like forcing the corrupted spark to the ground and hearing the death screams of the sun. It's like, make that roll meaningful. When you have to roll, whether it succeeds or fails, make it mean something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Not just I searched the room.
Like I'm sure you agree with this, Disco, but like it's the push for removing unnecessary die rolls.
Exactly.
Which I think is a good push. Like I think there are too many times where you're like you feel like you're rolling for something kind of dumb. Like it happens in a lot of games, I feel like.
Like search the room and you're like, oh, I don't have eyes
and this
today.
is like the third time I'm gonna bring it up, I think, on mic. But bro, if there's a bridge over the river, just tell me, bro. Like I shouldn't have to roll for
That's why I actually really like. I think more DMs need to do this: is lean into the use of passive stats, not just passive perception, but passive wisdom, passive intelligence, so on and so forth. That way, you can go, okay, this person's passive is like 12 or something. They would automatically know this, this, and this, or they automatically they wouldn't even have to roll for it. That way, you don't have to roll and do checks and stuff.
Yes.
But that's just me.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Really fun game. Really fun one shot. Thank you so much for DMing.
I was gonna say, game aside, like your GMing was so fun,
good.
like super great. So thank you for being willing to do that with us.
Thank you. You guys were a great party to run for, and I had a lot of fun too.
We're glad to hear it.
So Disco, is there anything that you want to plug? Anything at all?
Check out Roleplay Rejects. They're on Spotify. They're on Twitter.
I've heard those guys.
They're not bad.
Right.
I'm not sure. I'm still kind of on the fence with the whole, podcast tabletop thing, but I've heard they're decent. Check out my Reddit profile. It'll be a link in the doobly-doo. Has my writing to it. I love hearing feedback. So feel free to poke me on the Discord. I'm on the Roleplay Readers Discord as well, so check me out there.
And definitely, if you want these kinds of descriptions, like you need to
please
to look into that.
Please look. Yeah.
I'm also on Twitter on Discotheque Priest, so check me out there. And that's about it.
Sweet.
bro.
Well, again, thank you so fucking much,
Absolutely.
Disco. And
Yeah.
I think this is where we'll
Yeah.
draw it to a close. So
Also, thank you for picking this game. I had never heard of this game.
Yeah, me
this
either.
game was not on any of our radars,
Yeah.
and
As an aside,
it's awesome.
you can also get the Mr. Spencer Campbell allows the use of the core system, the Lumen system that he used to build this. You can use this free of charge to make your own tabletop role-playing games yourself, as long as you properly credit him as per his website. It's on his website, giarpgs.twitch.io. Check it out. I'm currently working on a splat book to make a Brutal Legend themed TTRPG using the Lumen system.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So for any DMs out there who think, "Oh, I want to make this setting into a tabletop, but I don't want to use D&D as a baseline for it," check out the Lumen system. It's really easy to modify for it.
Yeah, definitely stay away from D&D because who knows, WotC might get a wild hair again. Change their-
You don't want them to come after
So
you.
yeah,
It's also it is nice to see other systems gain more popularity.
Mhm.
In
Yeah.
my opinion.
This is really
and that's why I really like you guys in your show is you've helped bring knowledge of these other systems to light in a way that's fun to listen to. And like listening to some of your shows, I want to play Shadows of Asterin. I want to play the Star Wars one. I want to check out the Fallout one. Almost every system you guys have touched, I want to play because you make it so interesting. And like, I want to see what I can do with it now.
Bro,
Well, thanks,
you're gonna
man.
make all of us cry.
Relax.
Maybe not Damien.
You're already on the show, bro. You don't gotta flatter us.
I want to come back sometime now.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, actually, no shit. I mean, we're probably going to be making the Summer of Side Quest thing a standing thing. So,
Well, you know where to find me.
yeah. Sounds
Yes,
good.
literally
man.
our
All
Discord
right.
server.
Yeah, we have a Discord also
Yeah.
server.
Yep, check them out.
Sorry,
Yeah.
let someone else do this.
They're
Yeah,
awesome.
A Discord, a Patreon, and OnlyFans.
Oh, and Instagram, we don't have OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You heard it here, listeners. We're awesome. You're stinky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Peace.
Oh my
Bye,
God,
guys.
they're stinky